Good afternoon, wonderful Nigerians. Good afternoon, fellow Abians. Welcome to our today's program in your darling television, Living Television. You know how we roll. We are back here again, same station, same time, in your darling program called As It Is in Your Area. This is an environmental happenings, and it's also a phone-in audience participatory program where you're meant to call us, tell us what is happening in your area, how it affects you as an individual or as a group of people. It could be anything. It could be in your church, in your homes, in your environment. It could be anything. Feel free to call us, tell us how it affects you. Feel free to give us your suggestions. Feel free to give us your humble opinion about the issue we'll be treating in our today's topic. As you know, I am not alone in the studio. I am with a guest in the person of Comrade Chukwuemeka. I am with my guest, Comrade Chukwuemeka Elekwachi. Comrade, you are welcome to our today's program.
Thank you for having me. It's such a beautiful thing and a pleasure to be here. How is it happening in your area? Okay, my name is Nnamdi Elekwachi, not Chukwuemeka.
All right, sorry for that. Sorry for that. Nnamdi Elekwachi.
Yes.
Now, as you know what we have in our today's program, kindly tell us what is happening in your own area, your own environment as an individual.
Wow, a lot is happening. A lot is happening in my environment. Before I came out, businesses going as usual.
Okay.
Yes, KK operators, that's the tricyclists, operating, and people going about their businesses, and a lot. But then, power supply.
Okay.
The question mark there.
Okay.
Power supply. So you see that we are hearing a lot of noise in the environment from power generating sets.
Okay.
People into small businesses had to power their businesses, or had to power source of their business so that they don't stay out of production. I'm talking about people like tailors, even artisans like barbers,
okay,
even people who, even welders, people who rely a great deal on power to carry out their daily functions and activities.
All right, our wonderful viewers, if you want to join us in our today's conversation, if you want to bring in your contribution, here are the phone lines to call us with: 091-6828-4994. I take the line again: 091-6828-4994. And I still remember your humble anchor, Jen Okechukwu. Now, comrade, recently there was a transition of electricity from EEDC to APL. Kindly tell us how they operate in your area. Now, I need a comparison between the two, between EEDC and APL. What can you say? Which one is preferable now?
You see, the two remain, to me, that's my personal opinion, that's my humble opinion.
Okay.
The two remain, what the white man says is 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. They are still the same thing.
Okay.
Nothing has actually changed. Because I think it was in 2020 that the matter about the transition was actually concluded or laid to rest. Because from the whole case then, EEDC purchased 60%.
Okay.
You understand, of the power supply, or then power the generation, and then everything in the southeast. But the entire southeast was actually given to them, even when the Abaring first area fell under the APL. So I think they went to court. In fact, after everything, the Bureau of Public Enterprise came into the matter and said, in fact, 9 local governments, you understand, will now be under APL. Okay. And the APL is part of geometric. So people were happy. There were promises made. In fact, they said they will improve on customer relations. Okay. And this is another area I want us to look at. They said they will be improving on customer relations, that before your power or before your line is disconnected, there will be effective communication. You understand? Okay. Any of their policies will be made known. In fact, as we speak today, I don't even know the difference between APL and the EEDC. You understand?
Yeah.
Because the issue of estimated billing is still happening. it has not been resolved.
Are you not trying to tell me that their promises are being
They
compromised?
have not been able to live up to them. If I tell you that, even now, as we speak, there is a law, you understand, that says before you disconnect a customer, you give them 90-day notice. That law is not being followed by them. The other day, Barrister Nwogu, a friend of mine, was actually telling me how they came to his house to disconnect without notice. You don't do such things. And again, there is what they call tap order, to check crazy billing. You understand? All these crazy billing. See people who are living in 2 rooms, or let me say those living in flat, paying 30,000, 25,000. They have not made that public. You can't even access anything online or anywhere, and they still force that back to poor customer relations. And all what they did, what they even told us that they will be generating and distributing. And they said from Shell plant in somewhere in Owaza or where, that they will generating power. So we are here to see the power improve. In fact, like I did say, people are still using the power generating sets to carry out their businesses. So to me, they are not. In fact, no significant improvement. It still appears as if we are still under the same EEDC. Apparently, because it could be that the APN inherited some of the staff of the EEDC themselves. Yes, and then again continue the same ideological concepts. So it's not there is no improvement, no market.
Now, who are the appropriate authority to report all these things you complained about?
Yes, the appropriate authority should also be themselves. That's you also begin with them. You make a formal
because I believe there should be a hierarchy.
Yes, you also have NEC, the National Electricity Regulatory Commission. You understand? And there is a law creating this body. You understand?
Yes.
Even the ministries too, the ministries of power and the rest of them. But the issue is that the federal government said they were handsing up. It was all about privatization. The federal government said, we want you to play. We want private sectors to play a critical role in power generation and distribution. And see, we are talking about the GENCOs and the DISCOs. But unfortunately, Abians, people in Aba here are still being duped. And I would have preferred I have here in the panel, as one of the panelists, someone from APN to tell us why we are having these shortfalls and challenges after promises. They told us they were building, I think, 100 kilometer 33 kV installation and what have you upon assumption of office. But as we speak today, power supply has not improved markedly in Aba. So, and you see that it's also setting back small scale businesses, people who are into manufacturing, micro
businesses.
Yes, people who are into manufacturing, people who are into production. And when it happens this way, it also affects the price, and it's also affecting the market. So to me, I think the two, they are still one and the same. And then again, I think Abians should begin to ask questions, especially Ndiaba should begin to ask questions about these things. So sometimes you even engage them, try to even read online the NEC Act, know what it is saying, you understand, and know how to come in and ask questions. Now, if you go to virtually all the residential area, in fact, people don't even know that even the tariff so-called has classes. Yes, you have a different class of tariff when you live in industrial area.
Yes.
You also have when you live, when you are in a residential area.
Exactly.
You also have when you live even towns and rural areas. So I would have preferred that here in this panel was actually seated someone from
one of the staff.
Yes, to actually
deliberate on the issue.
Explain to us why they are not making known to us. What are they doing to stop crazy billing? You understand?
Yes.
Estimation bill is still happening. And then again, there was this plan by the federal government, I think 6 million meter project to give, and Aba was captured. Place it on record. Aba was captured as one of the places. In fact, it was one of the things after COVID. Aba was captured as one of the places to benefit. As we speak now, the law is that in fact, some of these meters are supposed to come free. We don't even know where we are, and they are selling their own meters. As we speak now, they say, in fact, let me tell you, before now, under EEDC, you make bad payments. You will make bad payments, and you will not be disconnected.
Yes.
But they are insisting that now, I'm saying APN is insisting that you pay full,
your fuel bills.
Yes, as against the convention or the practice before, or using the law. So they may not even be the angels we thought yes, they will be a hit.
Right, comrade, wonderful viewers, we'll be going for a short break. When we come back, we will continue the rest of the program. Don't go anywhere, sit with us till we come back.
And so you can keep on watching Living TV. I can say in pidgin English, Living TV. Unade Kampe.
Alright, wonderful viewers, welcome back from the short break.
To do their work, but if they will put more effort by providing the work, the lights, both in the afternoon, during the daytime and at night, it will be much better to benefit those that are using it to power this thing for their work. My advice is that they should put more effort. If it intends them getting much more manpower, they should do that. Also, they have more trained personnel that is doing, but their bill this time, their bill is going up. Like when they started with like 4,000 naira, but now they are giving up to 8,000 naira, which is more difficult for us to pay now that things are getting harder every time. So we are appealing to them that they should cut down their price. They don't even check on how much that you generated in a month, or look at, they just come. I don't know if they just exaggerated, stay in the office and give out bills. Yes. So they should come and they should bring down their bills a bit till things normalize.
Now, we would like to ask you one more question. Is there anything happening within your surroundings that you want the government to look into and prefer solutions to it?
Well,
apart from the NEPA aspect we just discussed.
Well, in that area that we are living precisely, the road aspect of it is very. We pray that the government should come and help us out over there from Okapara to Osisioma, so that it can be easy for us to be coming out in this time that we are entering rainy season.
Okay, currently, EPL, I think there have been an improvement on the rate of electric power supply ever since their inception. So I can attest to that. For instance, in the area I'm living, there is improvement.
All right, sorry to ask, which side is that?
I'm living at Abowere Road.
Okay. Yeah. Now, in terms of bills, which one is higher than the other?
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm using prepaid meters.
Okay, you're using prepaid.
So I'm being charged based on the rate of consumption.
All right.
But I believe there is improvement.
Okay. That's a nice recommendation. Now, within the areas you live, that you say that Abowere Road, right? That's right. Is there any challenges, environmental challenges you are facing as a group of people or as an individual?
One of the most challenges I've observed in this Aba metropolis is that motor riders or keke riders, they don't obey traffic order, especially when it rained. You can observe it immediately after it rained, everywhere we blocked. And that shows impatience. So I believe they should work on their traffic.
Honestly, the area I'm living, I'm not seeing anything. I even try to say that I would prefer the other ones than this one, because what they promise us is not what we are seeing.
Are you okay? Which area do you reside?
Umule. Yeah, Umule.
You reside at Umule. Does it mean that there is no?
No, they don't shine the light. Even up to since 5 days now, we have not seen any light.
Has there been any complaint made so far?
Honestly, I'm not aware of that one, but I know when they came in new, they give us light. But at this time now, we are not seeing anything.
Okay, let me talk about the issue of bills. What's their rates like compared to the previous people?
It's normal. I prefer the bills now than the previous one.
Oh, you prefer the bills?
Based on what I understood, is based on how they are giving us light, not because from the payment that we are making. That's the question I
Okay,
asked.
now you reside at Umule. Do you have any environmental hazard, environmental factors that is affecting you as an individual? Or is there any complaint you have? Is there something you want to talk about? Is there something you feel that is not right happening in your area that you need to let us know?
I also want to say that, every average Abama, what we need is light. We are industrious. We have the energy to work on our own. All we need is light. Let's just give us light and good roads. That's all. From our own area, our own side, I think everything is okay.
The roads there, are they accessible?
No, the roads are not accessible. We are finding it difficult to get to our various places. Sometimes one therefore you will see that you find it difficult to go to your house and other things. So what we need is the good roads and the light, steady light. Other places, like the other day I went to other neighboring states here.
Which place is that?
Calabar, yeah. I saw the way they were having light, steady light.
All right. Now, comrade, you have seen what the masses have to say.
Yeah.
Their comparison between APL and EEDC.
Yes.
Now, the first woman I interviewed said that there is a difference between EEDC and APL.
Yeah.
That even in terms of bills, but recently that they changed their pattern.
Exactly.
That she doesn't even know whether they are just formulating the bills.
Yeah, just on estimation, just
Yes.
estimating. Yeah,
That was-
without properly reading the bill. You see,
Exactly.
it ought to be that officials of this,
APL.
yes, come to your dwelling or to your residence
Okay.
to take readings of the meter. But you don't get to see them come to read the meter.
Okay.
So what you have is that every month something is given to you, perhaps based on assumption, and that's what we call
Exactly.
estimation. You understand? If we are to talk about proper billing, I no longer know when. I can't tell when that actually happened last. And if you look at the reactions from the 2 or 3 persons
Yes, I just interviewed.
Yes, you will see that about 2 or 3 of them agreed that at the beginning the yoke was lighter.
Yes.
Now everything seems complicated because the Englishman says new broom sweeps better and cleaner.
Yes.
So now it's now getting back to business as usual. Unfortunately, even I am one person who thought that by now the issue of rationing, understand, turn by turn. I do understand everything about load shedding, trying to shed and whatever. But I am one person who thought that by now all those things would have been actually ameliorated, you understand, or looked into properly. But as I can tell you, there are still places you go to, they've not seen light in the past 1 week. In fact, 2 days ago, we never had light for about, until this morning. We never had light 2 days ago until this morning. And you are paying this bill. Not that you are actually skipping, you are paying. You understand? So you begin to ask yourself, what is even the value of this thing? When majority of the things you need to do, you also go out to buy fuel and then power your generator set just to listen to the news, or even stay informed in an age like this. So it's something terrible.
This is too bad. This is too bad. Now, the woman talked about the issue of bad roads, including our first interviewed person and the second person. They really lamented about bad roads. Now, do you think that the government are not really doing good or doing what is supposed to be done on the aspect of roads?
Generally, because this program talks about environment.
Yes.
I think if I were to score the government, whether federal, state, or local, on the basis of environment, if I'm to issue any scorecard, I will give them below 30%. Yes, they have failed. When I talk about infrastructure, when I talk about environment, because environment is, in fact, there is what we now call green. You understand?
Yes.
The people in Germany were protesting that there is this policy the government was embarking upon or was trying to introduce to reduce temperature back to pre-industrial level. I think in 13 months or so, they said it cannot be actualized. But that means people are even talking. They want to be environmentally disciplined and responsible. When you don't fix roads, you are not even polluting the environment. You are even worsening the health condition of people living around it. Because if you see whether federal or state roads, you see that there is puddling. In fact, you now have water logging all these places, and the mosquitoes dwell there, and you even have putrefying smells, in fact, offensive odor within those environments. And you see that even the drainage system don't even convey this water, you understand, or location to try. People who stay in a particular location produce or manufacture things or even harvest from their farms. For example, someone staying in the Kakbara, do you know what they pass through to get here?
Exactly.
So it's a big challenge.
Let's take the program. Hello, good afternoon.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. There's something I want to find out.
Okay.
It's about this local issue.
Okay.
Does it mean that data is in harvesting? Or I want to know. Because for long now, I'm not the same life. And after they will bring another thing for us to say. So what's going on? Other things, you know the same thing in other things. How can you think for local view? Why you did not consume any life?
Too bad. That's the issue we are on now. Now, Comrade, do you have anything to say to him?
Yes, I think I have actually said it here before now. We are still saying NEPA.
Very wrong.
When there have been transitions.
Why I'm saying this thing, if I see them in my street, coming there to say that they are coming to cut light because we do not pay, I'll give them wood. And I'm ready to go to the station with them. I'll make sure that I give them wood because this is one of the things we get out of hand.
Mr. Kenneth, take it easy. I know it have not gotten to that extent. Just take it easy. We will see what will be done about it. We are also going to interview one of them. The better identify this problem is because I know the other thing, even my where I'm from. They don't take life anyhow. It's true. We will see what should be done about that, sir. But I don't know what is going on. It's okay. But is there any light now? Is there light now? No light now, no light. Even I'm doing this. For the past how many days now? I buy phone every day. The generator to make sure that most of the things I have in my teeth is good for the customer. What's going on? It's okay, sir. It's okay. Tampa just sits with me. Just calm down. It will be ratified. Okay. I pray so. Thank you very much for calling in, sir. Okay. All right. You're welcome. All right, sir.
An angry consumer.
Honestly,
you don't need to be told this is an angry consumer.
He is really angry. Yeah. He's pissed off. Yeah, actually.
The way consumers have been exploited, have been treated. Like I said before, what I had expected these people to improve upon was in the area of communication. There is communication gap. Yes. Tell us what you see. I was in Benin Republic a few years ago. Do you know for them to even seize lights? Understand?
Okay.
They will make announcements on the television.
Seriously?
Yes, they will make announcements on television to do that effect. And I was thinking it was going to last the whole day. You know, someone coming from Nigeria. I said, these when they announced that there is going to be power outage or they are going to shut down to address some technical issues. Do you know, I went out and came back and I was told that the whole thing had been taken care of.
Honestly.
I didn't even witness the outage. But here in this country, there is no communication. Everybody does anything. And that is why you take people for granted. And yet you still have the temerity to come to ask for money. Even go against the law. Even when I am not supporting COVID, you understand? Or people defaulting their role, which is a good citizen is supposed to pay utility bills and pay taxes. Yes. And it falls within this. Now, if someone is owing, we understand people have fallen on hard times. We have fallen on hard times. And the law is that if they pay back payments, they are making commitments that they will pay. You also give them grace. You understand? Okay. But here, as I'm talking to you now, they don't even care. And it's as if it's become the worst case for us. Because I know when EBC was there, that payment was actually admissible. No longer admissible under the current power regime in vogue. Secondly, I did say, before you even disconnect someone, you give them 90 they notice in writing? Do they write? And it's still part of the communication.
And sorry, comrade, let me come in there. This 90 days notice you talked about now, that 90 days should be approximately 3 months.
That's 3 months.
Does this 3 months cover a 1 month bill you are talking about before they disconnect the lights?
You see, if someone is owing,
okay,
you have to
owing, like, be
yes.
specific so that people will understand.
If someone defaults 1 month, 2 months, 3 months,
okay,
you give them 90 day notice. You give them notice, okay, which will take effect from the 90 days.
From the day you dropped the notice.
Yes, the person is owing for 3 months or 2 months, and you notice that there is a decline.
Okay, in payment.
Yes, in the rate the person was actually making payment.
Okay.
It could be that the place is no longer being occupied, mind you.
Okay.
Persons could actually vacate the place and no one is there. So it is their duty to visit often. And I said their communication department is weak. You understand? We are supposed to be the place where we get these messages from them. Okay. You understand? Because they should also have all of this information. You understand? Now you write to the person. If the person fails to pay within that intervening period, you have to come and disconnect the person. And when you disconnect the person, you don't even go with the wire.
Okay.
You still use the wire with them, but the person is not under any authority
to reconnect
without coming to the office
to verify,
not to verify, to fix the problem, to pay. You understand? But all these things are still not happening the way they are embodied in the act, in the law, guiding this APL. Because if you talk about whether NEPA, okay, from NEPA, it became Power Holdings. From Power Holdings, it became EEDC. From EEDC now APL. Now, ask yourself, throughout this chain of transitions, what significant improvement can we boast of? Nothing. Whether you're talking about the GENCOs, that's the generating companies, or the DISCO, the distributing companies, problem here everywhere. Transmission companies, problems everywhere. At a point, you see, and that is why the country is still below 4,000 megawatts. A country like ours, a country when a state in America alone can actually use hundreds of thousands. We have other sources of energy generation. You understand? People are talking about the wind. We are talking about the environment here. Even the environment can actually give you something credible. That's what we call green source of energy and the rest of them. We're not even talking about that. So when will we get it right? And that is why businesses are going under instead of floating. Because here is an industrial hub. See, you don't joke with a place like Aba. If we actually were a city or a people or a polity that understand the area of production, industry. The other day, a candidate was saying from consumption to production. People are actually understanding that the production should begin with little things you are able to manufacture at cottage level, at your home. There are people who are making buses.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
If you go to Ungwaro, you see that virtually all the houses there, in fact, are just industries. I'm talking about people who live in their shops.
Yes.
Wake up there, wash their mouth, do ablution, have their bath. They begin with their daily activities. These are places that need to be metered, that need to be covered under grid, that need to be taken care of. You understand? But unfortunately, some of these things are even off grid. They are not even in the grid.
All right, so comrade, let me come in there. Now, this policy, these laws you stated now, does it mean that people are ignorant of them?
People are ignorant of this law, and that is why I'm very thankful and I'm grateful.
Because even the 90 days notice you talked about, I haven't heard it from people's mouths.
People don't even know about it.
Does it mean the authorities hid all those things from them?
Yes, and I try to blame, most times I try to blame the National Orientation Agency, the arm of government responsible for information, education, as they have to do with government policies. People should be aware. You see, there are things you don't do elsewhere, like in America. They begin to tell you it's my right. In fact, the unregistered rights in the article of right itself should be right to power supply. It's your right to have power because we are paying. You see, the government must provide essential services, which include potable road, potable water, electricity, and health facility, and education. So why will people, and we pay for these things, so why would the services be less than what we are paying? So it is why, and I will urge you to keep doing programs like this to enlighten the people. Sometimes people are even docile. We don't even use the internet infrastructure we have very well.
Yes.
Google APL, Google all of them, the National Electricity Regulation Committee, there are regulatory agencies. The power does not belong to APL alone. You understand? Google and know what the law says and be in the know, so that when they come, you understand, and you tell them you are trying to violate my rights, they will understand that you are. See, ignorance creates gap, and that is why the gap coming from lack of information dissemination. There is no proper education. I had expected when they came. I thought I had a radio program with them where I told them one of the best things they can actually do going forward was to make sure they improve customer service relations.
Okay.
You understand? And that is how people who are in the marketplaces, people who are even at their barber shops and what have you, can be in the know.
Yes.
But as we speak today, we don't even know all these things. Now, before the election, INEC was sending messages via
SMS.
Yes. So why would that? And this is something that happens 4 years. You understand? An organization, an agency of government working annually every 4 years has the number of people, of persons it wants to reach out to. Yet the one working, if you are coming every month to collect bill, you understand?
Bills, yes.
You don't even have the number of your customers. You have no data whatsoever on how to reach them. Many people don't even know the name of the marketers. We didn't really honestly in the bill. You understand?
Yeah.
They don't even know that in that bill is the name and the number of your marketer. When things go wrong, call him or her. Say, I have this complaint to lay. See what I'm seeing. Okay. My bill is crazy. You understand? I can't pay. And again, like I said, you don't expect someone staying in industrial area, maybe factory road or Abobere road, to pay the same thing as someone staying in Umba road. No. Class tariff differs. And these are what we should know. And that was what I said. I regretted, in fact, I still regret that they were not able to do what? Level this gap or to bridge this gap in information. People have to know. It is their right. They are paying. You understand? They are paying. And when you supply them darkness, they still pay.
They still pay.
They still pay. And they still go out again, go out of their way to buy fuel. If you've been to Umba Road, places like Mbise, places like Ogbo Road, places like Item Road, places like Ajale, you will see industries, people who are into cottage industries. They have converted their homes to industries. They are into door-to-door process manufacture. Some are even doing jeans. Some are doing many things. Some are even, in fact, go to Ariare. You begin to ask them, what is the source of power? Come to areas like St. Michael's. You now begin to say, why would government, the state government in particular, be able to create a hub for these persons and migrate them there so that they have constant power supply, which will reduce the price of commodities. See, the lesser fuel consumption, more power consumption, the lower the prices of articles become. And the ability to also push these things beyond Aba and go even outside the Abia state, you understand, even outside the country. That is why we are where we are. Because of power inadequacy, shortfall in power supply, Aba has not been able to take its rightful place in this country. There is no other place I know that is giving production full cost than this city. Here we make chairs, leather, we make many things, we manufacture things, bag, clothes.
Anything.
I don't want to talk about the fashion line, where you have designers. Yet we can't dominate West African market. Why? Because institutions like the APL and the rest of them are not working, and government is totally indifferent, you understand, to these things, whether at state level, local level, but then I am happy also. I am also expecting the president is signing some bills, then allowing states now to begin to legislate in power generation. You see, before now it used to be in exclusive list. There are 68 items in the exclusive list where only the federal government can talk. Aviation, defense, ports, airports, what have you. Now the federal government is saying, okay, we can share power with the state. It will now go to concurrently. So I am urging the government, especially the new elect, the new government, to leverage this thing and make sure Abia State gets, and Aba in particular, gets out of this mess.
All right, thank you very much, Comrade Nnamdi Elekwachi. You have done justice to the topic we have at hand today. I really appreciate, and I hope and I urge our people to read out, go to Google out information, program like this, pay attention to it. Information you ought to know are being discussed here. Information is power. If you don't have the information, if you don't have the adequate, appropriate information, you will be misled. So I urge us all to know our rights as an individuals. Do not allow any person, any individuals, or any company to tamper on your fundamental human rights. Know your rights and stand on it. Like he said, before your light is being disconnected, you should be given 90 days notice. But we haven't been seeing that, and I know many people and many persons are ignorant of this information. He just released this afternoon. So, comrade, what advice do you have for our viewers and our people out there?
Well, my advice is simple. Do not be violent or confrontational.
That is it.
Like our angry consumer, our angry caller, a bitter consumer,
yes.
Or to register his displeasure.
Yeah.
You do not be physical, you do not be confrontational.
Yes.
Be law abiding, but ask questions.
Yes.
Even if you don't get things clear, go to their desk, they will tell you.
Yes.
I'm sure they will not mislead you.
Yes.
It is not their work to mislead you. What they normally do is to allow the information gap, that lacuna, to happen.
Yes.
So that the bad ones will leverage the lacuna. But go and ask them questions, you understand? And you'll be clarified. And then again, to them,
all right.
Are we forced to take
Let me take it. This will be our last caller for the program. Hello, good afternoon. Tell us where you are calling from and your name, sir.
My name is...
I'm sorry, sir. Can you be a little bit audible so that we can hear you and our audience can hear you too?
My name is Benny Godu. I'm calling from Abai.
Okay, go on, sir, Mr. Justice.
I'm very, very happy.
Okay. Okay.
Now, based on the special Arabian power, and the situation, I want to emphasize basically on the self power or no power there was a time the governor expressed high feelings on individuals who are migrating and migrating to the always that people who have not migrated to Abia State will stop taking care of the cost of the land and the cost of residence and living over. Now, the issue is that something has changed at time. Because we see the government and then go
Mr. Justice, sorry to interrupt you. Can you summarize your question so that we can get it right, because we are running out of time, sir?
What can people do? What can people that cannot afford what is said to have an adequate thing? So what can we do? What can people do?
Okay. All right. All right, sir. Thank you very much. That will be our last caller for today's program. Now, the question he asked is, what can be done to improve the power supply, which has been the issue you have been deliberating on.
Yeah.
You understand?
Okay.
So
yes, I think.
So you have made mention of that APL should improve, like some of the promises they made to us, that they should be able to abide and fulfill them.
Yes, I know. Yes. I also know that there is also a effort coming from the government.
Okay.
The government itself has not actually left the sector.
Okay.
It still plays minimal role, and to a great extent, sometimes it becomes difficult for the GENCOs and the DISCOs.
Yes.
You see, before now, we used to have 11 DISCOs, but the coming of APL, particularly ENABA, made it 12.
Okay.
In a country where you have 12 DISCOs, you understand, yet you can't have light. It speaks to something. So what I want to say is that for us to, we must even look beyond one source of power generation.
Okay.
We begin to talk about or diversification of the power sector.
Okay.
You understand? It's not just enough to privatize. We've privatized and we are not yet there. What about we diversify? Generate power through. We have a lot of things through which we can generate power. Coal is there. Many things we can generate power through. You understand? Fossil, you understand? Even green, you understand? So it's better government begins to. I know it may be money demanding, but they should actually begin because you can't continue having 4,000 megawatts for a country of 200 million.
It's too small.
Then my advice to the APL is that we know they are in business. Owing them does not do them any favor because they are paying salaries. They are even buying diesel to even power themselves. Their offices sometimes. Yes, it's not funny. Please, they should also take it easy. Those things that are a bit complex, they should break them down to the understanding of the common person, and then people should be law abiding. Pay your bills. It is very, very.
All right. Thank you very much, Comrade Nnamdi Elekwachi.
You're welcome.
And thank you, wonderful viewers, for staying with us to the end of this program. Here we'll be drawing the curtain for our today's program. See you same time, same station next week. It's bye-bye for now. Thank you very much.